But these individuals must understand that it's over. The game stops here. It stops here. They have done enough for the country to find itself at war, and for people to end up dying. Others have no choice, are forced to collaborate with the enemy to earn their daily bread.
Burkina Faso has indeed expressed sentiments about his country having sufficient resources to improve living conditions for its citizens. This perspective aligns with his broader nationalist rhetoric focused on resource sovereignty and development. Burkina Faso does possess significant natural resources, particularly gold being Africa's fourth largest gold producer, as well as manganese, zinc, limestone, marble, and phosphates. The country also has agricultural potential, with cotton being a major export crop. However, Burkina Faso faces considerable challenges, including security issues with jihadist insurgencies, climate change impacts, limited infrastructure, and economic development obstacles. The military junta led by Traore, which took power in September 2022, has emphasized resource nationalism and self-reliance as part of their governance platform. Is there a particular aspect of Burkina Faso's resource management?
What can be done during this transition, we will do. What have they done to be unable to set up even a single refinery in the country? Because from there we will have cheaper tar. We will be able to build our roads. Do we enjoy wading through mud every day, every year when the rainy season arrives? While we have granite in abundance in Burkina, we have laterite. All that's missing is tar. If we try, we can do well and properly pave our roads and live well. There are so many things I can't list here. But these individuals must understand that it's over. The game stops here. It stops here. They have done enough for the country to find itself at war, and for people to end up dying. Others have no choice, are forced to collaborate with the enemy to earn their daily bread. We will do everything to end this war and to provide jobs for the youth, so that it can continue like this. What I can wish for. All I can wish for you is to stay united, to support those who will commit to being VDP, to support your FDS, to organize yourselves, to be vigilant. You must no longer sleep. We must get to work, because when these VDP are trained, they will return to their village. And we must all contribute. Civilians, military, VDP, everyone has their part to play. Because if we were chased away once, and if we return, we must do everything possible to ensure we are not chased away again. A second time, if it was an open road for them, it is up to us to create all the obstacles to prevent the enemy from coming back a second time. If we were asleep when they came to chase us, it means we must no longer sleep. So I know I can count on all Burkinabés that the message will be heard everywhere, and that we remain standing. May God bless Burkina Faso. May God accompany the fighters. May God protect them and watch over all the fighters.
If you want to have your liberation, you want to have your own say, your own authority, go face your home. Go face Africa. Let all Africans go face Africa. If Africa is a safe and secure country to live in, nobody will be in a foreign man's land. Nobody will be a slave in another man's land. Nobody. What are we here for? Can't you see? Is it not clear that slavery continue? Do you think we are out of slavery? We're not. And whenever we have somebody who is springing up to stand his ground to these people, there you see some of you who will come behind to betray your brothers. You betray the good leaders we have in our countries. You betray them. You plan with these same foreigners to bring down the efforts of your brothers that wish our countries in Africa well. So why are you complaining? We have so many doctors in abroad, so many nurses, engineers, pilots. We have so many of them. What are they doing abroad when Africa needs them? Africa needs us. Africa needs us. Our country needs us. No matter how much you think you have acquired in another man's land, you are a visitor. You are a visitor, and they will enslave you if they so want to do that. You can't come and dictate for them. This is their home. It's like you coming to my house to tell me what rules and regulations I should put in my house. So long as you are a visitor in my house, you will stay like a visitor. Whatever I say, abides. If you want to have your freedom, you want to have your say, get ready to go fix Africa. Get ready to go invest in Africa. Get ready to get rid of bad governments. Get ready to make Africa a safe place for us to stay. Enough of all this. We are lacking. Forget the fact that you are living in abroad. You have all the social amenities. You have whatever it takes for you to live a good life. You are still not okay. You can never be okay. Become a citizen. You're not a first-class citizen. You can never be classified as a first-class citizen.
If you still don't understand why Western authorities have tried to unalive the new leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, 18 times, let me put it to you very simply. I'll give you a business example, okay, for all of our business experts out there. Previously, Burkina Faso was being paid $1 billion a year by a foreign company for the golds that they were digging out of the ground in their own country. Seems like a lot of money, right? But the fact is, these foreign parasites were robbing Burkina Faso of their gold and other precious minerals for pennies on the dollar and selling them for exorbitant rates on international markets. Now, in just a few months since these gold mines have started to operate once more under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore, the leader of Burkina Faso, just 35 years old, guess how much money they've made in just a few months? $18 billion. They were getting absolutely robbed by the colonial interests who have completely screwed over Africa for generations. And finally, there's a leader who said, not anymore. We are going to get our fair share. That's exactly what Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are all doing. And that's why Western leaders are so scared about his exceptional leadership, because they understand that this visionary mindset will not just stay contained in Burkina Faso. In fact, if left unchecked, which God willing it will be, this sort of mindset, a pan-African vision for sovereignty in Africa, will spread throughout the whole continent.
Breaking. Ibrahim Traore led a massive operation with his soldiers, and the notorious extremist leader, Diko, have been arrested with 106 of his fighters. This is an interesting news. The end of this news might interest you. These men are believed to be responsible for the elimination of 200 Burkina-based soldiers. It was a black day in Burkina Faso, and it was a silent one on the street of Ouagadougou. When the news of his arrest was made public and people celebrated his arrest in the street of Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso say this is a turning point against terrorist attack and extremism. But the question is, what comes next? Will this break the terrorist network, or will there be a retaliation? But one of the Burkina Faso soldiers says, if they come back, they are ready. And they will not sit back waiting for retaliation. They will still go all out to the terror camps and fish them out. And they are making a very strong backup plan to push the extremists away completely out of Burkina Faso. This is not just a mere talk. They have met with allied forces. They are getting weapons ready to match these extremists fire for fire. Could this be justice served, or is the beginning of something bigger? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's talk about this. I'll see you again.
EU sent another representative to go and beg Ibrahim Traore and Sahel state leaders. Can you believe this? They sent this one to go and beg on their behalf to return to Burkina Faso and Sahel state. Before this one, they had sent another woman to go and beg Ibrahim Traore, but still, even though they sent a woman, still Ibrahim Traore said, no, we are not interested. And don't forget, Emmanuel Macron himself, he begged Ibrahim Traore, he told him that they should forget about the past and concentrate on the future, and France and Burkina Faso should concentrate on building a fresh new relationship. But still Ibrahim Traore said no. Now they have seen that France need Africa 100%. Without Africa, they cannot survive at all. So far, they have lost over 44,000 jobs, and they have closed a lot of business. They have closed because they don't have the raw materials that that they used to get in Burkina Faso. Now they have seen that without Africa, they cannot survive at all, but it's too late. Ibrahim Traore is not interested with France in Burkina Faso. And also, it's not even that. Senegal, he chased them out. All their military base, they are closed in Senegal right now.
Ibrahim Traore is our son. We the women in Africa. We the women from Africa. Ibrahim Traore is our son. Here is Pampers. Do you see Pampers? Here is Punch. To signify that Ibrahim Traore is our son. So therefore, I am urging every African woman, every black woman, every woman from Africa, every person that the ancestors are from Africa means you are an African. I'm urging every woman to get up. All this protest, all this fighting, all this what is going on is about the men. It's the men who are fighting for Ibrahim Traore. What about we the women? We give birth. We carry children in our womb for 9 good months, some 10 months, some even 12 months. The day of giving birth is not a small thing. Trust me. Ibrahim Traore parents might be dead, they might be late, but let me tell you, you are his mother. I am his mother. So let us stand up, every woman of Africa, every female, every feminine of Africa. Let us wake up, stand up and fight. Who told you that women don't go for war? Who told you that women don't go to war? Yes, Antoine did. And I know in African continent, a lot of women also did. If you know any woman that has led a war before in Africa, write in the comment section. Someone provoked me this morning that why are we praising Ibrahim Traore? And I'm going to tell you the reason why we are praising Ibrahim Traore. One, if Africa is a continent that we are in charge of our own continent, all this suffering, would it have been going on in Africa? Children going to school is on the parent. The parent has to pay. The parent has to do everything. Do you know what this has done to a lot of teenagers? This problem has caused a lot of effect on the teenagers, mostly the female children. Most of them, a teenage pregnancy. Our education, we don't have support, and even if we go to the school, we learn theory. After completion, no work for us. Don't mind my English. I'm not a white person. I am an African. No job for us. Look at the Western world. They pay every kid every month. Why can't that be in Africa too? Why can't it be in Africa too? Ask yourself. Our women will go to delivery and they will go there. Some of them will sleep on the floor. Look at what Ibrahim Traore has done. Within a seconds, free healthcare, free education from primary to university. And you are there telling me that we shouldn't hail Ibrahim Traore. Adentia. Na maybe say adentia. Maybe some the about adentia. Yay a man na ya sorry ya. Young person yedi your home gym na young nam na makeup. It is makeups that we are doing every day. We care about our skin. We care about what we care about what we care about what. It is we that are suffering it the more. We are suffering it the most. The men don't give birth to. They provide. And even if he can't provide, no police is going to catch him, no soldier is going to catch him. But it's a duty for every man to provide. Look, this fight that we are fighting for Africa, you people should sit down and ask yourself questions. I said we are the women who give birth. I'm not going to talk much. Someone provoked me this morning, and I said, let me do this. Share this video to every African woman, to every African rather. Look at the way I'm sweating. Why? Why would you provoke someone and make the person, I am sweating like this? Look at the way I'm sweating. Huh? All the women, all we know to do is makeups. Our ancestors, Africa is not good. We makeups. If Yasantoa sit down and do makeups on her face, would she have led the war? If you laugh at my English, I don't care. But listen to the message that I'm giving to you right now. I know that is what you people, you know what to do. Laugh at people's English, laugh at as if I am a white skin. Why don't you go and laugh at Akwasi Broni for speaking Chi or for speaking my language? If I ask you to speak my language, can you speak my language? Can you speak my language? Like I said, someone has provoked me this morning. You see this punch? Here is the pampers. I'm telling every woman out there, this is the time for you to wake up and do the necessary job. Stop keeping quiet and stop busy painting your face.
Attention to Africans, both living abroad and within the diaspora, let's not be stupid again. The same playbook they use for Patrice Lumumba, the same playbook they use for Kwame Nkrumah, the same playbook they use for Thomas Sankara, is the same playbook that they are trying to use for Ibrahim Traore. And we cannot let that happen, bro. The action and image that Ibrahim Traore represents is not only a threat to Westerners, but it's a threat to all the leaders in Africa that have been sitting and collecting dust and doing nothing for us, just squandering our wealth. We are not our parents' generations, bro. It's up. We're tired of being disrespected. Everywhere you go, Africans are getting disrespected. How much longer are Africans supposed to be living in poverty? Being self-sufficient, being independent, being defiant is what the threat is, because they know what it represents. I am a proud African as it is, but seeing Ibrahim Traore makes me so much more proud, bro. That's what African leaders are supposed to represent and stand for. Not supposed to be docile, kissing people. Like, what do you carry yourself with some dignity and some pride? We're never supposed to be going around begging for nothing. We don't lack for nothing. Let's get ourselves together, couple our resources, educate ourselves, and get Africa developed the way that it needs to be developed. I know for me, all investments are going to Africa. So this is my call to all Africans. Unfollow all of these gossip pages. If anybody is now talking about something that's moving us forward, you're wasting your time, bro. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your resources. We don't got no more time to be wasting around, bro. And listen, we cannot leave it to the older generation. I already gave up on a lot of them. Their minds are colonized to the max. Leave them there. We got to do the work that it takes to get Africa to where it is now, to where it needs to be.
The United States just said they won't be friends with any African country that gets too close to China. Yes, you heard that right. They even called out Kenya directly. Why? Because Kenya cancelled a major deal with France. France tried to change the rules last minute and demanded more money. But President William Ruto said no. I scrapped the French deal and handed it over to China instead. Now the West is furious. They're asking, why are African countries turning to China, Russia, and even North Korea? I'll tell you why. Because Africa is tired of being robbed, bullied, and disrespected. We're finally saying no to Western domination. We're choosing real partners, ones who don't demand our resources for crumbs. And that scares them. Because for the first time in decades, Africa is uniting. They know they're losing control. And now they're trying to threaten us into silence. But it won't work. We see through it. We've woken up. So please, like, comment, and share this video to expose the West's fear. Let's keep debunking the propaganda. Let's protect Africa's future. Africa rises, the world can't stop it.
Alright, man, so let's get to it. So it says all university students in Burkina Faso would now receive a payment of 100K CFA as support throughout their studies until they get jobs. Ibrahim Traore, president of Burkina Faso. I'm telling y'all, man, this brother just don't miss. He running laps around all these leaders, not just black and African leaders, but all leaders across the world. He's the new Gaddafi, man. Man, he's standing on business. But let's continue. In April 2025, the government of Burkina Faso announces that all university students will receive a salary of 100 CFA as a financial support for studies until they find employment. This initiative aims to ease the financial burden on students and promote education, agriculture, and industrialization. You can't make this up, man. Look, man, come on, man. The brother standing on business, he running laps around all these leaders, not just black leaders or African leaders, but leaders, period, man. Like, he's embarrassing all of these leaders, man. Like, come on, man. The brother standing on business, we watching, we paying attention. Salute to Ibrahim Traore. Man, keep standing on business, brother. Let's get it.
Every once in a while, someone comes along who can't be bought, who can't be bribed, who stands for what's right, who stands for freedom, and wants to protect his people, protect his resources. We are not in a democracy, we are in a revolution. When Colonel Gaddafi was working towards revolution in Libya, the West weren't happy, and they dealt with these people in the way that they always do. This is the man that the American government are going to be using to go after Traore, to go after the man who's already had 20 assassination attempts on his life. And why? Because he's building cement factories, because he's protecting his country's resources, because he wants to create the United Sovereign States of Africa, because he's uniting African nations so they have control of their own oil and gas. When the axe came into the forest, the tree said the handle is from one of us. So why do I, a white British guy, support Ibrahim Traore, a black African president? I'm not looking at the colour of his skin, I'm looking at what he's doing for his people, to bring freedom, to bring prosperity, to bring an end to the exploitation and extortion that the West caused. And what's going on in my own country, what's going on in America, what's going on in the UK, this is all the same people. This small group of ruling elite that want it all for them and nothing for us. And I see the bigger picture. I see that if Africa unites, it unites the whole world, because Africa is the heart of the world. Look at the real maps. Africa is the biggest country, it's the richest country, and it was never supposed to be poor. All of this was orchestrated by exploitation, extortion and colonialism. And all that's being reversed now, and the catalyst is Ibrahim Traore.